Hi, I'm Jeremy, Director of Training and Product Development here at Red Rock Defense Group. And here's our Firearm Friday tip of the week. So this week's question was, what is the best home defense weapon? That's probably the most often and most unanswered question that we have here at the gun shop. There is so many options and so many different opinions as far as that goes. So if you walk into one gun shop or onto a range and you ask, hey, what's the best gun for home defense? So you're going to get a very inspired, very heated answer. And then if you come to our gun shop and ask it, you're going to get an inspired and heated answer, but it's going to be different from the last one you got. This is all relative to what is best for you. And what's best for you is, as we keep touching on each week, is training. Whatever weapon you choose is being trained on it, being effective on it, and being able to take care of what you need to take care of with the weapon in an effective and efficient time. So what I'm going to do is just provide you some tips and some ideas on what our opinions are on a couple of different home defense weapons, and then you can take that information and do what you want with it. You can select what we think is the best, or maybe you pick yours and come down and get some training and we'll get you trained on that weapon. So let's start talking about handguns. That's one of the primary weapons of choice when it comes to home defense. There's two primary handguns. One's a revolver, which I have right here, and the other is a semi-automatic. This is the Springfield 1911 model. Both are good guns, both are quality home defense weapons. The revolver is going to be prone to less major malfunctions. There's a lot less moving parts with it. But it has some issues. Quick reloading is an issue, even with speed reloaders. You have to train on that constantly to be really fast with it. They are just a little bit slower as far as that goes, getting as many rounds downrange. They only carry between 6 and 9 rounds. So it's not ideal when it comes to the amount of ammo or rounds you can put downrange in a short amount of time. The semi-automatic, there's a lot of different options with that. Now this 1911 here is a single stack, carries 9 rounds. But as far as that goes, you can go double stack. There's even Glocks now that have 24 round mags. They're easy to carry, they're fast to reload. With a little bit of training, you can drop a mag and get a new one in and be back on target way quicker than you ever can with a revolver. So as far as rounds go, clearly semi-automatic's a better one to go. They're usually easier to fire, easier to shoot, easier to get back on target. So along those lines, let's talk about caliber a little bit. And last week's video talked a lot about calibers and stopping power and along those lines. So we're not going to get into that very much. But what we are going to get into is a lot of guys try to pick the biggest caliber they can. They think that has the most stopping power, and which truthfully, yes, but how can you get back on target quickly? Can you handle that weapon? Can you fire more than one round and get back down, range with it? So, not necessarily the best choice all the time. As far as caliber goes, you want to choose the caliber that is best for you to shoot, you're the most accurate with, and that you can get back on target quickly with. And that's why a lot of guys do choose the bigger one for the stopping power. And for me personally, a 40 caliber is perfect. That's my choice. It's not a 45. Hollow point rounds, especially in the house, it's not going to go through your target and beyond. You don't have to worry about your kids or other things in other rooms or your neighbor. Now there's a chance that the hollow point will go through the drywall, but you have a lot better chance that it will not. It mushroom, and it has that parachute effect as it goes through the body and into the wall. So caliber not as important other than what you can handle. The type of round, now that's important because of what we talked about with the hollow point and the solid ball ammunition. So also with the handgun, it's easy to maneuver around the house. It's easy to keep it close to your body. You can get pie around corners. You can move up and down. If it has a tactical light on it, you can use your handgun as the light. One finger operation with the light, so you can clear your house with it. And then you can also one hand. If you've got somebody over here, you hold your family back, you can operate the weapon one hand, you're still firing downrange. So clearly the handgun is a good option. It's not yet what we chose, but it is a good option. If it's your choice, then get trained up on it, and you'll be set to defend your home. So one of the most common choices for home defense is the shotgun. And in the shotgun, we have here a Mossberg 500. The shotgun is the most recognized sound in the world, especially in criminal minds. They know what a shotgun sounds like. That's clear, that's distinct, and they know what's coming after that rack. They know what trouble's ahead of them. So a lot of times that's all it takes. It's just that sound. It's just the sound is all it takes to get somebody scared enough to get out of the house. So like I was saying, this is a Mossberg 500 model. It has the pistol grip on the end. It has the Surefire foregrip. It has the locking bat flashlight on, or it has the touch grip to turn the flashlight on. Good for clearing a house. It keeps it tight. It shortens it up because it doesn't have the longer stock. You can actually sling this if you want to. Very tactical. Good weapon to clear your house with if this is what you choose. There's other options. You can add a foregrip here. You can actually mount a sight on it if you want to. It's not really necessary, but you can. This one has the longer tube. You can hold 7+1 rounds in this. So if you're like me, you like to have a variety of rounds in there. I do the slug, double aught buck, slug, double aught buck combo all the way through, so I know what I have. If I fire the first one and I know that's slug, I know I got double aught buck next. If I don't want that, I can eject it out of there. I'm back to a slug. I know what I have again. And it can be difficult in a fight, but it's all about training. It's knowing what you got, knowing what you're going to do. I'm not a proponent of birdshot. I know a lot of guys that have been talking about that, but that's a good home defense round because it's not going to travel through walls. It's not over penetrating. But I'm of the mindset that I'm bringing the most power to the gunfight. I'm going to end the fight as quickly as possible, and I need the most, ammunition and the heaviest ammunition to do that. I'm going to be aware of my surroundings. I'm going to be aware of my target and beyond. And if I have my kids behind that person, I'm not going to take that shot. I'm going to move myself to where I can get that shot comfortably and take that shot and take them out. A little bit of drawback with this is a little bit of the spread. Double aught buck in a house, you're probably okay. You're going to keep the spread inside your threat, but it will travel through and beyond, and the slug definitely will. And then as far as also with this weapon, the length, you get out there a little bit. People will talk about coming through a window, a door, and getting grabbed. That's tactics. A lot of that is tactics. That can be trained and that can be taught as far as that goes. Okay, just to reiterate, this is a solid home defense weapon. It is can be used if trained properly. You can get a 20 gauge and actually teach your kids. They can operate it. There's not a lot of kick to it. Your wife can operate it if she's into shotguns. And so there's some options. You can tack it up a little bit, but it's not what we chose as a home defense weapon, and we're getting to that, and we'll show you what we've got. All right, now we're going to get to what we actually chose as the best home defense weapon. As you can see, there's a lot of weapons behind me, some good options, but this is what we choose. This is getting to be more common of a choice. There'll be a lot of people that support that. The AR-15, it's a great weapon, optics, flashlight accessible, everything you need for night. It's a large capacity round. Some people will be a fan of that, some people won't, but it's an easy do right there. You got 60 rounds, you're ready to go. You can take on a mob if you need to. It's not just one person entering your house. This is a great weapon. Now, it may look big, it may look bulky. You can adjust this, get it in tight. This is something you can keep right next to your bed at night. You put it there, you keep it in and out of your safe during the day, but you throw it next to the bed at night. It can be operated one hand. Now, somebody might dispute that, but you can operate this one hand. You can do everything you need to with this one-handed. Simple sling, it's on, you're ready to go, okay? You can operate this way or this way, both sides. So pine corners, either way, easy to do. You get in a fist fight or you need to clear your family, drop it to the side and you go. There's not much more tactical weapon than this one right here. It's comfortable, accurate. I choose this weapon, it's accurate. And you can supplement this gun inside a home. 223 rounds don't go much beyond their target. Most 223 high velocity rounds will break into particles, even through just plywood. So if you're hitting your target, you don't have a lot to worry about beyond that. But they do make some home defense rounds for these as well. They're two-part rounds, and they do separate and split upon impact, and it breaks everything into fragment. You know, and you can get into, will 1 round be enough or 2 rounds? I got 60. That's going to be enough. It doesn't matter if that round fragments or not. It's going to be enough to get the job done. This is all about tactics. We can teach those tactics here. We do teach them on a regular basis. You can get them at any class. But part of our home defense class we teach at your home is with this weapon right here, and how you can defend your family, your home from any position, and do it comfortably. Just to reiterate the AR. With some training, this is the most versatile, most tactical weapon there is. This is the weapon I was issued the second I started on SWAT. I cleared houses with it for 15 years, never had a problem. I don't see why you'd have a problem with it either. The round is good. You know, just to discuss real quick, most home invasions are not one person. They're not. It's usually 2, 3 people. There's one in the back on lookout, 3 people enter the home. You want something with some ability to take out everybody that you need to, so that you go home at night, you're safe and your family's safe.
Hey Jeremy, what's the best home defense weapon?
This one right here. Nailed it.